was like, I'm going to Nebraska. So I started dreaming about going to Nebraska and being there. And so I was so excited. It was something about the TV screen that was just jumping off at me. Now, I know some of you guys are like, okay, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is I'm from Oklahoma. Oklahoma boy don't supposed to go to Nebraska, man. It don't happen that way. You know, I'm bringing it home to you. It's like Duke and North Carolina. You're on one side, you're definitely on the other. That's how the rivalry was. You know what? It was so bad that I was the third person in history to leave the state of Oklahoma to go to Nebraska and play football. Third person. And that was 1992. And they been playing football a long time before then, the third person. That's how crazy it was. But it was something about that team. My senior year, I get a call, and it's Tom Osborne, the head coach at the University of Nebraska. Hey, Mike, I want to come down and visit, give you a scholarship. Man, I couldn't believe it. I'm just ecstatic about the fact that since the third grade, I've been watching you guys, I've been watching you coach, I've been wanting to meet you, and you coming to my house. It was basketball season at the time, so Coach Tom Osborne, he comes to the house, and he's at my house before I get home. So me and my brother were coming home, and right before I get in the house, I can't believe what's going on. I'm slobbering all over the place. I'm so excited. I'm like, Coach is in the house. I'm slapping my brother. Can you believe what's going on? Picking him up. I come to, and of course I wipe my mouth off before I go in there and be dignified. And so I come in, and Coach stood up. You know, he was a tall guy, about 6'3". In my mind, he was a giant. He really was when he stood up. And I know some of you guys looking at me right now saying, man, he ain't that big. I know you're looking at me, you sizing me up like, he made it to the NFL? You know I can. You know, then you tap him. I think I can get him. Don't be fooled now. You know, I tell people all the time, you got to be fast and smart, right? You got to be smart enough to know that you can't beat that big guy when he comes at you. You got to be fast enough to run away from him when he get there. And so what I used to do, and I'm going to give y'all a secret of how to live in the National Football League for 10 years. What I used to do, I used to hide behind the big guys. Julius Peppers and Mike Rucker. And they 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds. So I would hide behind them, and I would push them into the other big guy. They didn't hit each other, and then I'll make the tackle. See, that's how I do it. So for you young guys who playing football, that's how you do it. All right? You stay behind the big ones. And so Coach started telling me about the university. I said, Coach, you can stop. I'm already there. I'll leave with you right now. I'll get in the bag. Let's go. Now, I didn't even know what Nebraska was, man. But I was ready to get there. Just so excited about it. 2 weeks later, after committing, without even seeing Nebraska, didn't even know where it is, get on the plane, and I'm going to Nebraska for the first time. I get off the plane, and it's 9 degrees. And it's snowing. I'm thinking to myself, man, I didn't know it got that cold in the United States of America. Unbelievable. So I'm thinking, well, I better get back on this plane. I better go back home, but this is not it. They didn't show me that, see, on the highlights, man. See, all I saw was a sunny game, all beautiful game. They didn't show me all that. I'm going to give you a little bit more history. I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, about 98, 99% black people. All ever been around. I'm getting ready to go to Lincoln, Nebraska. Yes. I get off the plane, the recruiting coordinator is taking me around Lincoln, and then all of a sudden, I tap him on the shoulder, and I ask him, I say, where are the black people? I'm getting nervous. I'm scared, fear started to creep in. You know, the amazing thing is when you get taken from one situation that you're used to, get put in something that you're not used to, fear comes. The point is this, is that fear comes when God asks you to do something. when he asks you to leave your comfortable spot, to come and go somewhere else that you're not comfortable with. See, fear tells you, oh man, you can't do it. Stay here where you know everything. Don't leave and go somewhere that you don't know. They might not like you. They might not listen to you. They might not even care. But see, what we got to understand is just as real as fear is, because it's real, and it's a powerful force. We have something that's real also, and it's even more powerful, and that's faith. See, it's a balance of two worlds. Which one you going to hook your chain to? Fear or faith? They come at the same time. And so as God is calling you to leave, whatever He's calling you to leave, and you so afraid that people are going to say stuff about you, that you're going to look crazy, He asking you to leave it, to go somewhere else. He said, hook your chain up to faith. Because I will never ask you to do something that I will not give you the power to make happen. See, that's what's so great about this relationship, is that God will call you and also equip you to make it happen. So people, what I'm saying is we have no more excuses. We have no more excuses not to step out on what God is asking us to step out on. Because He has the power to make it happen. It's on Him. If He asks you to do it, it's on Him to make it happen. So why be afraid? You know, the thing is that when I begin to think about fear, I begin to think about a story. See, I'm afraid of cats. I'm bearing my soul to you guys. I'm afraid of little bitty cats. If a cat came in here right now, Pastor, I'm sorry, I'm tearing all that down. I'm getting out of here. And so one day I was over one of my friend's house, and I was in college kid, you know, excited, you know, strong and all that good stuff, and we all over his house, and he had a cat. So I told him right away, I said, man, you got to put the cat outside. I have to see you put the cat outside. I have to see you lock the door before I come in. So I seen him pick the cat up. He put him outside, locked the door. I said, okay, cool, I can come in. So we all around the table playing cards, having fun. And then all of a sudden, he had a 3-year-old. 3-year-old decided that the cat was outside too long and was getting cold. So the 3-year-old goes to the door, unlocks the door, opens the door, and let the cat in. Now, I'm not really paying attention to what's going on because, you know, we just having fun talking and fellowshipping. And then all of a sudden, the cat walks under the table. There's 10 people at the table. The cat decided to jump on my lap. All the laps in the house, why mine? Man, I threw my hands up and I just started screaming like a little baby. Ah, get the cat, get the cat. I couldn't move, I was paralyzed. I mean, my muscles were stuck. And I'm thinking to myself, if I look this cat in the eye, it's going to get me. You know how you look something in the eye, you challenge me. I'm saying, man, I can't look down, it's going to eat me up. If I just knew it. And so all of a sudden, man, they got the cat off of me, and I came back. About 15 minutes later, my body started working again. Fear can paralyze you if you let it. And so what I'm trying to tell you today is, don't let fear of the unknown or fear of the assignment paralyze you.